ticket in town. Assembly Hall is sold out and rocking here this afternoon. The Hoosiers get a crack at number 1 on their home court. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Bloomington. Dan Shulman and Dick Vitale. You can hear it. You can feel it, what it's like here. How big is this game?
Oh, it's a monumental game for Indiana. This is the moment they've been looking for in a Tom Crean era. 8-0, and now they take on the number 1 team in America. And what a test they have. A Bob Knight with Steve Watford, the Calvin Cheney era. It's unbelievable, the enthusiasm.
Freshmen, 2 sophomores, 8-0, number 1 of the nation. For Indiana, keep an eye on Zeller in the middle. Jordan Hulls is a terrific outside shooter.
I'll tell you, everybody in Indiana counting on maybe Kentucky being a little rattled because this is their first true road game this year.
Zeller wins the opening tip, and look at this. Kid Gilchrist at 6'7" is on Hulls, the point guard and the shooter for Indiana. Victor Oladipo misses the jumper. Zeller had the rebound, but turns it over.
I told you before the game, they'll be shocked if he plays Kid Gilchrist on Hulls.
Deron Lamb, what an outside shooter he is for Kentucky, knocking down threes at a 50% clip this year.
Tell you one thing, if he gets on fire, he's a guy that can really create a lot of problems with that perimeter shooting ability.
What a matchup between Zeller and Davis, 2 of the top freshmen in the nation, and 2 players who have played against each other on the summer circuit in AAU ball.
You know, Zeller's such a rare, unique youngster. Valedictorian of his class, on 1A- through his school days. Unbelievable. His brothers as well. His 2 brothers, one was a valedictorian, Tyler was.
And of course, Anthony Davis, the unbelievable shot blocker for Kentucky. Verdell Jones III with a long 2.
He's a medium-range shooter. He's a veteran player. He's a guy that can also play on a defensive end. He'll take the challenge of playing Teague. See, I think Teague becomes their most important player. He can't turn the ball over. He's got to get them in their offensive sets.
Lamb again. Indiana's 8-0, just like Kentucky. Hulls a long look ahead. Zeller has it rejected by Kid Gilchrist.
Terrific job by Kentucky getting back defensively after a breakdown initially. Great hustle to get back. This should be a layup right here. Should be a layup.
Blocked by Davis and then a block by Kid Gilchrist, and it's Kentucky ball.
I'll tell you what, you're not going to find a better tandem of young players like those 2 diaper dandies.
Kentucky outstanding defensive numbers so far this year. Indiana very polished at the offensive end, but they haven't played a team like this yet. Terrence Jones inside, fouled hard by Christian Watford.
You know, great point, partner, about the fact this is a whole different element what they're playing now. They're 8-0, but 6 of them really were cupcakes. They had 2 good wins, a win over Butler, who's mediocre at best this year, and they won a good game on the road against North Carolina State. But Kentucky brings a whole different package.
Kentucky has beaten Kansas and North Carolina. This is the Wildcats' first true road game of the season. They played some neutral site games, but Tom Crean wants to use this crowd to do whatever it can to help the Hoosiers. And Dick, we haven't been in a louder building this season.
Well, it's very important. I think it's pertinent that they stay in the game for the first 10 minutes. He can shoot it.
Hulls misses the 3 out of bounds to Indiana.
They're not looking inside yet. I thought they would try to establish Zeller right away. Say what you want about this guy. I'm going to tell you this. He's not just a motivator and a recruiter. He can coach. Yep. When you can blend in new players year after year, you can coach.
Hulls off a screen. The Hoosiers take the lead.
He can flat out shoot the ball. He's an old school backyard guy with the basket up in Hoosier country. He was Mr. Basketball then.
In the state of Indiana 3 years ago from right here in Bloomington.
I can't hear you. I flat out can't hear you. Oh, my, this place is rocking.
Teague turns the corner, misses the floater. The follow is good for Davis.
Anthony Davis, so long, so lean. I mean, so athletic. Get it into Zeller a little bit. Get him some touches.
Watford has it stripped, and then Jones can't control it. Back to the Hoosiers.
You know, Zeller was in nice and deep in a post, and they didn't see him. You're going to watch Hulls come right off the screen here. Look at him right here. He's going to come off that screen, Turn, square his body. For you young kids out there, square your body with the basket when you release that jumper. Oh, good ball movement.
Hulls has it taken away. Again, the size of Kid Gilchrist can really be imposing. He's 6'7". Hulls is only 6 feet. Lamb with a burst of speed draws the foul.
They're trying in that matchup with Kid Gilchrist to allow his size to negate any shooting ability of Hulls. They're going to have to really utilize some screens. Take a look right here. Field goal defensively. I mean, leads the nation. Block shots. You look on the other side, Indiana. Those stats, though, could be blown up because of the opposition.
Who you've played, yeah. And as you said, Indiana's got wins against Butler, North Carolina State, but this is #1 Kentucky. Lamb at the line. And so far, Kentucky's 0 for 3 from the line.
Credit that a little bit maybe to the crowd. Maybe they are a little bit shook. I think the amazing job that Calipari does is that he takes a bunch of superstars' egos and blends them to a team.
That'll quiet him just a bit and just for a moment probably. Kentucky by 2 here in the early going. A little pressure and it forces another turnover.
You know, really created that also, the size of Gilchrist. You can't measure what he does just by scoring. I'll tell you one thing, he had a great game against North Carolina. They don't win that game. He had a double-double, his first in his career, 17 and 11.
Dick, 4 turnovers already committed by the Hoosiers less than 3 minutes in. They double Jones. He finds the open man in Teague. Follow no good by Davis. Ball still loose. And Hulls has it, but he stepped out of bounds, so it goes back over to Kentucky.
Kenny Valentine right on the call. I tell you, he loves these kind of moments. He loves the stage, man. He feels I'm on Broadway now.
Ted Valentine working the game along with Mike Kitts and Tom Eads.
I'm so excited, man. We get paid to sit here. This is fantastic. Man-to-man defense.
Teague doing a much better job the last few games in the assist-to-turnover department, not shooting the ball well at all recently, though.
Notice how they play off him, double up, and they leave him alone.
And Teague missed again.
They doubled up on him and left him alone. They found the open man. First touch inside the zone. Great footwork he has.
Davis, though, recovers and blocks it, Dick.
That's his ability. That's why he's so special.
Kid Gilchrist, pretty special in his own right.
That's a man. That's a man. I watched him in high school.
What a catch by Zeller in the finish.
Zeller says anything you guys can do, I can do a little better. Plus, I'm bigger. That coaching staff, we're all fired up on Indiana's side. What emotion and passion.
Students started lining up on Tuesday because of the cold weather. The school said you can't do that. They handed out vouchers and said, come on back this morning.
Notice how they're playing off Teague. Tom Crean told us we're not going to pressure him. We're not going to let him beat us off the bounce. There's the lob.
But the one thing they're most afraid of is the lob to the rim, and nobody does it better in college basketball this year than Teague and Davis.
Yeah, Teague and Davis really have that down to his sides. It was minimized in the game against North Carolina, but against St. John's, they were dominant with that.
Long stretch without a whistle. We're 4.5 minutes in, Kentucky by 4. Oladipo, terrific athlete, defended by Lamb.
Came out of DeMatha High School when it produced so many great players. Too much standing around.
Yep. Jones turned his ankle. Verdell Jones turned his ankle and lost the ball out of bounds. And he is shaken up. More on that when we come back. The defense of one freshman, Anthony Davis. Next time down the court, the offense of the other, Cody Zeller. Kentucky with an early lead.
This is the computer ICU. It's what happens to your computer when it gets infected, slows down, and crashes. And if you don't do something, your computer could wind up here in the computer graveyard. But it could be saved with mycleanpc.com.
Is your computer running slow? Are you frustrated with error messages, blue screens, computer freezes, and crashes? Then go to mycleanpc.com for your free diagnosis today. Then just activate the mycleanpc.com software to fix it in minutes. And computer specialists are available while you're online.
The best thing about mycleanpc.com was it had a free diagnosis.
My computer is 100% faster.
You know immediately what the problem is, and the problem is solved right then and there.
Download your free diagnosis today at mycleanpc.com.
Step up to the plate for baseball on BTN. The Big Ten's best take the field for incredible matchups all season long. See the pitchers bring the heat.
Caught him looking, strike 3 called.
Catch every defensive gem.
Makes a sensational catch.
And witness the top sluggers display their raw power.
That one's long gone.
Big Ten Baseball, tomorrow, only on BTN.
Monday night, Rick Pizzo, Derek Rackley, and Tim Doyle debate all the hot topics and offer a fun take on what everyone's talking about. The Big Ten Pulse. Monday night, only on BTN. Interact via social media and purchase official IU souvenirs and apparel by visiting the Indiana University Athletics official online store at iuhoosiers.com. Now part of the Big Ten Digital Network.
Well, you talk about programs, Dick, with tradition that have won championships, and we've got 2 of them right here in Kentucky and Indiana. Kentucky with 7 national championships, Indiana with 5 national championships. Big Blue Nation, cream and crimson here in Bloomington. Pretty special rivalry.
Well, it really is a special rivalry, and I hope they keep it. I was telling Jerry Tipton, their writer, and John Clay, I understand that John Calipari may make some adjustments in the scheduling against certain teams, but the one, he must keep Indiana on that schedule, and he must keep Louisville. If you want to rotate, let's say a Carolina once, a Kansas, a Duke, that's fine, but there's no way in the world you mess with Kentucky, Indiana, or Kentucky, Louisville.
Verdell Jones rolled his ankle into the last timeout, but is back in the game, defending Darius Miller, who has just checked in for Kentucky for Teague. So Lamb now operating at the point, a bigger lineup for Kentucky.
We're going to see 2 of the best 6 men in basketball. Both these programs have 2 stars. One is Miller and one is Sheehy.
Yeah, Will Sheehy off to an outstanding start in his sophomore season for Indiana. We'll see him soon. Shot clock into single digits.
Very important for Indiana to keep hanging around here to go halftime, knowing they can have a chance to win.
Miller's got to force it up. Doesn't draw iron. Shot clock violation.
I thought they had a double dribble there that they missed. I thought they missed a double dribble.
And Tom Crean is saying the same thing to one of the officials.
Absolutely. You got 2 of the fire. You talk about fiery coaches on the sideline. Yeah. Look at the intensity.
It's a workout just watching Indiana practice. And Tom Crean and John Calipari, very good friends.
Yes, sir. Very
respect
good
each other and like each other a great deal.
Comes from an incredible coaching family when you think about Tom Crean, his brother-in-laws, the Harbaughs, Jim and John, doing a fantastic job in the NFL. Showing some patience here. Having a tough time getting the ball to Zeller. Zeller is so much valuable to their offensive sets. They got to get him touches.
There it is. Jump hook. In and out. Oladipo comes up with a rebound. Took it right out of Jones's hands.
Oladipo made a terrific athletic play, as you said earlier. A fantastic athlete who's getting better and better. That was great hustle right there.
Indiana back within 2.
They are focused. Watch them on defense. They know they got a challenge on their hands, but they are focused.
Lamb right back up with it. And the rebound down to Watford. Here come the Hoosiers. Hulls to a cutting Oladipo who lost it. Another Hoosier turnover.
I thought they played a little slower tempo.
Offensive foul, Deron Lamb.
Kentucky wants this kind of tempo.
Yes.
They want this tempo. And Indiana's not backing down. They said, we're not going to play any deliberate game. Watch the charge right now. Great job defensively. Steps right in the driver's path. Got a lot of pride on the floor. You wear those 2 uniforms. As you mentioned, you think of Adolph Rupp, you think of Bob Knight and all his achievements here. Those uniforms have had a lot of great players wear them.
Indiana's lost 3 in a row in this series, 16 of the last 20. Last year, down in Lexington, were leading midway through the second half before Kentucky pulled away and won by 19. Watford playing free safety, 4 on 2.
Center the ball. Got to make that little medium-range jump shot. You get that opportunity.
Yeah, got to give it to a guard on the way down. Kid Gilchrist rejected by Zeller.
They got to slow it down. They're out of control.
They are.
They're out of control. Back it out. Slow it down. Settle down. Tell you one thing, what a test they have. Kentucky has what an incredible defensive team.
Oladipo and a foul.
I see a little bit more of a bounce in the kids at Indiana than you see from Kentucky. It's almost like you're looking at Kentucky that we're going to turn it on when we want.
Tonight on ESPN2, more college basketball action. Miami's into Morgantown to take on the Mountaineers. And then Michigan State out in Spokane against Gonzaga. That's at 9 Eastern on ESPN2, ESPN3, and streaming live on Watch ESPN.
Tell you what, great win for West Virginia, beating Kansas State in a double overtime. And down there in that matchup, Gonzaga, you got Judd Heathcote, who lives there, former Michigan State coach.
Subs coming for both teams. Vargas in for Kentucky. And there is Will Sheehy, a sophomore out of Stuart, Florida. Arguably the most improved player on the team from last year to this year. He was named the MVP of the Hoosier Invitational, a 4-game tournament where Indiana beat Butler to win it. Zeller sits down.
He can play anybody. Tom Crean told me, could guard any position on the floor. Comes from a basketball family. His dad played at Syracuse, and his uncle was as tough as can be. I remember Tom down in Virginia.
Indiana much deeper than they were a year ago. The addition of Zeller, of course, another potent weapon offensively. This is an improving Hoosier team with a big recruiting class coming in next year. A program on the way back. Miller scoops it up, but is fouled before the shot attempt.
They're doing a good job defensively, giving help to one another, making Kentucky take some bad shots.
Here comes Lamb back into the game.
And not a very deep team when you look at Kentucky.
No.
Don't have a whole lot of depth, but the players they get can flat out play. What he's done, it's amazing when I see the transfer of personnel every year and to have him every year in the top 5.
Yep.
That's amazing.
Starting 3 freshmen and 2 sophomores, and they're number 1 in the country.
You know, Mike Vaccaro wrote that in the New York Post. He said, hey, whatever you think of John Galliberti, you better face reality. The man can coach.
Screened by Vargas. Teague the jumper. Still not falling for him.
They'll let him shoot that. They don't want him to beat him off the bounce and create the dunk.
Sheehy the kick to Oladipo. Watford. Pritchard.
Oh, you got to use the backboard, Dan. You got to lay that on the glass.
Boy, Indiana's missed a couple of golden opportunities in the last minute or so. Good defense, though. Sheehy hits the floor, but loses it out of bounds. Anthony Davis already with a couple of block shots in the early going here today. More on the remarkable talent this young man has when we come back.
Wow. It's even bigger than I thought.
Welcome to Progressive.
Do you guys insure Airstreams?
Yep. Everything from travel trailers to mega motorhomes. And when your RV is covered, so is your pet.
Perfect. Who wants a picture with Flo?
I do.
Do you mind?
Gotta make sure this is hot. Okay. Everybody say awkward.
Protecting your family fun. Now that's Progressive. Call or click today.
BTN goes where you want, when you want it with BTN To Go. Presented by Auto Owners Insurance. Watch live games and BTN original programming, all on your computer, tablet, or smartphone. Plus, on-demand options include greatest games and re-airs of top matchups featuring Big Ten teams. BTN To Go is available at no extra charge to subscribers who receive BTN through their cable, satellite, or participating video providers. To learn more, visit btntogo.com.
At first, TV led an ordinary life, so it partnered with the VCR, and that was great. For a while. Then came DVR, and the battle over who records what. But now, those days are over. Introducing Ultra TV from WOW, the whole home solution that lets you record up to 6 shows at once and watch them back in any room of the house. Ultra TV, only from WOW. It's simply extraordinary.
Jack and Jill. Jack has some crazy kids.
At least put a helmet on that thing.
But his sister is the craziest kid of all.
Hi!
From the producers of Grown Ups.
Some twins can feel when the other one's hurt.
I didn't feel it.
I crave this family time. Oh my gosh!
Jack and Jill, now on demand.
Tied at 10 here in Bloomington. Number 1, Kentucky and Indiana. Let's take a look now at who's next. Brought to you by Dodge. And we focus in on Anthony Davis, who's on his way to a shot-blocking record at the University of Kentucky. Top-rated freshman in the country, maybe the number 1 pick of the NBA draft next year. And certainly, Dick, over the years, you have seen some great shot blockers. Does Anthony Davis have this kind of ability?
Well, I'll tell you one thing. We got to wait a little while before we talk about Patrick Ewing and certainly Ralph Sampson, Duncan. Those guys were so unique. But this kid has the potential. But let's remember, as you look at Camby, he's only played in 8 college games. So we got to give him a little bit more time.
Camby's a guy that he's been compared to for the overall skill set that he's got.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. You mentioned Camby. I did the game when they Massachusetts. In fact, both these coaches have something in common. They both beat Kentucky when they were number 1. John Calipari did at Massachusetts back in 1995, and then also Tom Crean did it in 2003 when Tubby Smith's club had won 26 in a row and beat him in a round of 8. Had a fair player named D. Wade who had a triple-double.
Teague looking inside. Miller trying to back down Sheehy. The kick to Lamb.
They better find Lamb. He's the one guy who can hurt you from that perimeter.
Oladipo trying to stay with him. Davis gathers.
Oh, that's a...
Turned it over. Sure did.
Double dribble. Good call by Teddy Valentine.
Boy, Indiana working hard at the defensive end.
Kentucky really no rhythm right now.
Yep.
How to sink in their 5-on-5 offensive sets. They really have no rhythm, ball movement, no player movement.
Zeller on the bench right now for the Hoosiers.
But what they have is defensively, Indiana's only shot 30%, and they blanked them from the 3 where Indiana is strong.
Sheehy lost it. Watford gets it back.
I really felt for Indiana to have a chance to win, they would have to make some threes, Dan. Right now, they haven't made any.
They've also turned it over 7 times in just over 9 minutes.
See, they're matching up on their three-point shooters, right up in their faces.
Sheehy fouled by Miller.
I love watching well-coached teams, a lot of intensity, a lot of emotion. I love people that have some passion. Going to watch a little ball movement. There's the foul on the hand, a little ball reversal.
Tom Crean says of Sheehy, who's just a sophomore, more than anybody else on the team, he doesn't care that it says Kentucky on the front of the jersey. He doesn't care that they're number 1 in the nation. He's a guy who won't back down 1 inch from anybody.
That's part of Tom Crean's personality.
Yes, it is.
So his brother-in-law's personality. We think of Jim Harbaugh, who I think will be coach of the year unless Mike McCarthy goes and pulls an unbeaten season.
And Tom Crean got a message from Mike McCarthy today, the coach of the Packers. He's friends with him.
Well, I don't think he'll have any trouble getting some tickets for the Super Bowl.
Kid Gilchrist.
Are you kidding me? Are you serious? That kid is so special. He's not going to dazzle you with a lot of points, but he's a winner. I'd want him on my team.
It's overshadowed a little bit by the likes of Davis and Jones, but what a contributor Kid Gilchrist has been. Better than 12 points, 7 rebounds per game.
Yeah, he's not going to put 20 on the board every night.
Zeller back for Indiana.
Takes pride defensively.
Sheehy the pull-up. And the rebound to Kid Gilchrist.
He rebounds, he defends. He'll give you that big momentum dunk. Terrence Jones has been really quiet.
Davis, nice look inside. Kid Gilchrist again.
Taking advantage. They want to get him the touches inside. Tough matchup right there for Indiana. See, what makes him special, you can invert him. You can invert him. Very versatile, like Denny Crum used to do with the Louisville guards.
And he continues to guard Hulls, the point guard and best shooter for Indiana. Jones off to Zeller.
Should have faced up and shot that little jump shot.
Didn't look for it.
Didn't look at all.
Pritchard. And another Indiana turnover.
Can't win turning the ball over like that.
Ball still loose. Mike Kitts, the official, knocked down to the deck, but he's okay. And it's Indiana ball. telling Terrence Jones, I got knocked down. I didn't see it. He asked Tom Eads for help, and Tom Eads said the ball belongs to the Hoosiers.
You know, it's really amazing with 9 on the clock that they're only -2 the way they have turned that ball over Indiana.
Take another look. There's Kitts getting knocked down by Jones. The ball given to the Hoosiers.
Zeller's got to want the ball. He's got to want the ball. And if Jameis is on him, he's going to look to pass the ball from the post.
Watford has a 3 blocked by Jones. Look at the big guy run the floor.
Give it a Gilchrist.
Wow, Kentucky at their best right there. A block and a transition basket.
Where they're at their best also is with great spurts. They're so explosive.
Jones looking inside. Here's Zeller, and he's fouled.
He attacked him. That's smart. Take the ball right at the shot blocker. And now go to the free throw line where he's been absolutely very good.
First on Davis.
Tell you one thing, whatever his mom and dad are doing, they should bottle it, and they should utilize it as a formula for everybody out there. Why? 3 sons. 2 were valedictorians in high school. 1 was second in a class. All 3. I mean, are you kidding me? In addition to being Mr. Basketballs in the state.
Luke played at Notre Dame. Tyler's playing at North Carolina. How big was it for this program to get Cody to come here to Indiana?
It was major. It was major. I firmly believe with all the great high school players that have been coming out of the Indianapolis area, if Bob Knight was still at Indiana, I've always felt certain coaches belong at a certain place. I never thought that should have ended for me here, and I thought Lou Holtz should have been at Notre Dame until it was over. Just like Mike Krzyzewski fits Duke and Roy Williams fits North Carolina.
Teague the lob. Jones the slam.
Can't handle that. Teague very smart. You mentioned his numbers, you know, his first 4 games. He had 18 turnovers, only 11 assists.
Sheehy.
The last 4, 23 assists and 5 turnovers.
Shooting it worse, but distributing it, better. He hits Lamb, and Lamb knocks down the jumper. Big smile on his face as he does.
Big smile on Teague's face as well. Last 2 possessions, 2 assists.
Timeout, Indiana. Kentucky by 6.
This is me, and this was not the person that I was used to seeing in the mirror. I decided to do something about it.
I look at that person, I don't even see the same person anymore. It's just night and day.
I guess when you think about it, I didn't like being bald. So it wasn't me.
If you're losing your hair, you can now choose to do something about it. Advances in medical science have resulted in the world's first and only permanent solution to hair loss. When it comes to hair restoration, no one in the world has more experience than Bosley. The results look completely natural and are affordable on nearly any budget. To find out more about this clinically proven and permanent solution to hair loss, call now to receive your free information kit. Plus, we'll also send you this $250 gift certificate just for calling.
Look old. I was 26 at this time, and it made me look about 10 years older. I wanted my hair back.
Every day you wait, you're losing more hair. So don't put it off any longer. Choose hair. Choose Bosley.
Call 1-800-497-8107. That's 1-800-497-8107.
As they aim to cut down the nets in the Big Easy, Big Ten Basketball and Beyond Tournament Edition, presented by 5 Hour Energy, is there every step of the way.
The most exciting time of the year, and I can't wait.
Highlights, in-depth updates, and interviews.
Went in advance. I was just in the zone. I was just hitting shots.
And analysis from the guys who know the conference best.
We're seeing something that's really special.
Big Ten Basketball and Beyond Tournament Edition, presented by 5 Hour Energy. Tonight, only on BTN.
The stars shine during championship season on BTN. The Big Ten's top athletes square off to determine who will achieve ultimate glory and hoist the trophy in triumph. The Big Ten Championships, Gymnastics, only on BTN. Tuesday, the Big Ten Football Report keeps you up to date on all the offseason news, brings you the latest buzz on the draft, and gives you the first look at what lies ahead in 2012. The Big Ten Football Report, Tuesday at 7:30 Eastern on BTN.
One of the early stories in this game, Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, the freshman, slashing to the rim, posting up as well. As you said, so versatile, Dick. He can hurt you a lot of different ways, and that's one of the dangerous things about Kentucky. They don't rely on just one or two players for offense.
No, they got some talent, and I'll tell you this about Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. Look at a balanced scoring, but what has he done defensively? He's taken away the three from Hulse, not allowing him to get any open looks to stroke that three, because the kid can really stroke it. Like my form? How's that? Look at the follow through. Look at the elbow in. The clinic. I'm going to give a clinic.
You're pretty good when there's no ball in actual basket that you have to try to put it into. Nice move on the inside. Zeller with the finish and the foul.
What a terrific play by Zeller. He kept his pivot foot. You could see why he led his team to 3 state championships. And he didn't play against these kind of players in 2A, I can tell you that. But what a player he's going to be.
Second foul on Anthony Davis.
What he has to be careful of, Anthony Davis, you get caught up with all the numbers about blocking shots that you try to block every shot.
Davis to the bench.
He changes a lot of shots as well.
He sure does.
He's the best, and to me, the best talent as a freshman in America.
Indiana going small right now. Sheehy at the 4 trying to defend Terrence Jones, and Kentucky goes right to him. And a turnover.
Jones been really quiet. Hulse would love to get some looks, but he can't.
He's only taken 2 shots. He's made it 2, and he's missed a 3.
Now he's got Teague on him.
Jones driving. Oladipo driving. And the rebound down to Kidd-Gilchrist, who's having a big half.
Tough to drive in that lane with their kind of defense. Michael Kidd's taking charge on that sideline. What I'm really impressed with is how under control Teague is playing. We had him against Kansas. He was totally out of control. 6 turnovers in the first half.
Good hands by Hulse. It's still loose. Kidd-Gilchrist, a wide open Teague for 3. John Calipari spent some time one-on-one with him working on the shot today. It's just not falling, and Indiana turns it over yet again. Wow, that's a tough play on. Wow. Oladipo, and he is fouled by Lamb.
I think Indiana a little bit out of control. They got to get their tempo a little better. Watch Zeller inside. Watch him make that in a box. He is so strong inside. He was 215, now 235. Look at John Calipari. Don't let him get the ball that deep.
Step up to the plate for baseball on BTN. The Big Ten's best take the field for incredible matchups all season long. See the pitchers bring the heat.
Caught him looking, strike 3 call.
Catch every defensive gem.
Makes a sensational catch.
And witness the top sluggers display their raw power.
That one's long gone.
Big Ten Baseball, tomorrow, only on BTN.
Research shows that over 99% of Americans are not at their ideal heart health.
Hey, Mikey, did you know exercise will lower your risk of heart disease?
Yes, DW, and we look better than ever.
Let's win this thing, boys. I've got to get to my regular checkup.
Mike, this is actually a pretty big race. I'm starting to get a little nervous. Nervous? You need to relax, Larry Mack. Stress is bad for you.
Visit heart.org/Fox Sports for simple steps to a better, healthier life.
David Weinstein, and if 2,000 people pick up trash, I'm gonna jump in the ocean in the middle of the winter.
If 10,000 people commit to recycling, I will get this tattoo on my back.
If 1,500 people pledge to not use electricity for an entire day, we'll give it up for a whole week.
That means no TV, no heat, no internet.
No tea?
No tea.
Ryan, thank you. A few members of Big Blue Nation have found their way into Assembly Hall. Indiana gave Kentucky 100 tickets. That's how many Kentucky gave Indiana last year when the Hoosiers played down in Lexington. But a few folks snuck in here wearing blue. But you got to be a brave soul to be in this crowd wearing blue today. This is loud.
They could have had a lot more here, but Tom Crean put an ultimatum. He said, I don't want to find you guys selling your tickets. I don't want too many blue shirts in that arena. They got the most passionate and loyal fans in America when you talk certainly Kentucky. And they would travel and spend dollars. Hey, talk about shooting. You look at Indiana. They right now, when you think about Indiana, one of the tops in the nation, 52%. Tonight, really struggling shooting the ball, but most of all, the three. They're one of the top 10 in America shooting threes, 44%. They haven't had a three yet.
Oladipo at the line for the Hoosiers.
I think it's amazing that they're hanging on two factors. Number one, turning the ball over, and number two, not making a three.
Which are the two things that you figure they had to do well. They couldn't turn it over, and they had to make threes. Right. And here they are down one. And by the way, Anthony Davis is on the bench with 2 fouls, and Deron Lamb is on the bench with 2 fouls.
And that's big because Kentucky is not a deep basketball team.
Teague now defended by Daniel Moore, a senior, a former walk-on. As Hulls has gone to the bench, Sheehy called for the foul. And he's given up a lot of size in that matchup with Jones.
You know, you talked about Moore coming in the game. He's Mr. Energy. He provides a lot of energy for their club.
And now Watford back in. Sheehy will go out. Just having trouble with Jones. Picked up his second. Watford replaces him. Watford, by the way, had 19 points and 9 rebounds against Kentucky last year.
What about Creek, who's out? Had 31 2 years ago against Kentucky.
Achilles. There's a turnover, a travel on Miller.
He had 31 2 years ago.
Jones bringing it up for Indiana. They've got a chance to take the lead. Shooting 28%, turning it over, haven't made a three, and they can take the lead.
I'd go to Zeller. I'd go to Zeller. With Davis out of the game, I would let Zeller touch the basketball. You got to bring it in, screen and roll him to the goal.
Teague a foul.
You got to recognize situations.
For more than 75 years, one award has been synonymous with excellence. And tonight a new name will be forever linked to college football's highest honor. Dick, who's winning the Heisman?
Well, you know, I would initially said Andrew Luck, but I've changed my mind. I think the momentum right now is going for Robert Griffin III. I got a feeling he's going to stand tall with that unbelievable, prestigious Heisman.
Well, here in Bloomington, they didn't even give Zeller the Heisman. They like him so much. Daniel Moore at the line. Missed the front end.
He started 10 games when he was a freshman. They were really struggling for personnel.
That was year one for Tom Crean. They've come a long way, although even last year just 12-20, only won 3 games in the Big Ten, off to an 8-0 start this year. Teague inside, and he traveled.
See, here's where Gilchrist has got to step up. And certainly Jones. Jones has been silent. Jones has absolutely been silenced here in the first half. He's too talented. In fact, Calipari told us he's been playing his best basketball better than he played last year.
Terrence Jones, 2 points, no rebounds in this game.
I mean, I could go out there and play and not get a rebound. And I can't jump over the telephone book.
Let's see if Zeller gets a touch.
They should bring it into Zeller.
Oladipo from the elbow. Indiana leads.
He's a kid that came here and just worked on his game. Medium range jumper. Number 1 in America. Kentucky right now in a battle.
Kid Gilchrist, the best Wildcat so far today into double figures.
And that's what he has to do. As I said earlier, he now has to assert himself with Davis and Lamb out of the game. He now becomes a top option instead of maybe a third or fourth option.
Jones for 3. Watford with a rebound. Indiana ball.
Somebody better tell him that Cody Zeller is a pretty good player in the post at 6'11". We're going to watch right now. Great play by Oladipo.
Wow.
As Oladipo NBN, nothing but nylon.
You know, there's a big story here in Bloomington in a practice before the season that Tom Crean said if Cody Zeller's team scored a basket without him getting a touch, as Watford hits it, the basket wouldn't count. They're not feeding Zeller. They're turning it over. And they're winning.
And they're winning without the three. It's amazing. Amazing. One of the reasons they're winning, they're playing terrific defensively.
That shot by Watford, their first three of the game. Jones fouled by Watford.
He has to start to become aggressive offensively. He has to get a little bit more aggressive right now offensively, Jones. Right now, look at Zeller out there on the perimeter. A nice screen to get Watford free. Watford has good scoring ability. Led him in scoring and rebounding last season.
Second on Watford. He goes to the bench. Sheehy's got two as well. Pritchard is back into the game for Indiana. That was the 5th team foul on the Hoosiers.
See, play off. They're playing soft on T. They don't want to pressure him. They want him to have to prove he can make that perimeter shot, but not beat him off the bounce.
Hull's back into the game. Pritchard called for the foul.
Pritchard gives him some size on the interior.
His first, team's 6th.
He had 29 block shots last year, Pritchard.
Zeller out on Jones deep in the corner. Jones goes baseline. Still has it. Lost it. Indiana ball.
See, now you got to play good, intelligent basketball. Got to use your basketball IQ. You got to match up now. Zeller and Vargas, you got to go to Zeller. As ball go out of bounds. You got to go right now. I mean, you got him when he was attacking Davis. He's got to attack Vargas.
Hull's looking for him. Finds him.
Good passer.
Still plenty of time.
He should jump into that post.
Tough one by Jones. He's fouled. Got hit on the wrist by Teague.
Jones was really looking for Zeller to post up.
This is the computer ICU. It's what happens to your computer when it gets infected, slows down, and crashes. And if you don't do something, your computer could wind up here in the computer graveyard. But it could be saved with mycleanpc.com.
Is your computer running slow? Are you frustrated with error messages, blue screens, computer freezes, and crashes? Then go to mycleanpc.com for your free diagnosis today. Then just activate the mycleanpc.com software to fix it in minutes. And computer specialists are available while you're online.
The best thing about mycleanpc.com was it had a free diagnosis.
My computer is 100% faster.
You know immediately what the problem is, and the problem is solved right then and there.
Download your free diagnosis today at mycleanpc.com.
We know you love Big Ten sports so much.
Who ordered the tall?
That you want to take them with you.
Excuse me? Really?
Now you can. With BTN To Go, it's the Big Ten network on your phone, tablet, or computer. BTN To Go. Take it with you.
Do you think you have what it takes to win a $5 million recording contract? Then bring it.
No pressure.
Auditions for the X Factor's new season are happening now across the country. To find an audition city near you, go to thexfactorusa.com for more information.
Monday night, Rick Pizzo, Derek Rackley, and Tim Doyle debate all the hot topics and offer a fun take on what everyone's talking about. The Big Ten Pulse. Monday night, only on BTN.
Ryan, thank you. A very ugly scene. Very ugly at the end of the Xavier-Cincinnati game. Here in Bloomington, a 2-point lead for the Hoosiers over #1 Kentucky.
You know, you mentioned the ugly scene, and we saw replays of it. You can understand guys a little frustrated. You see the jump shot right there. Medium range. Now we're going to watch Jones with the... Now we see Victor, and now we're going to watch Watford. But I want to follow that point up. There's no excuse for throwing a punch and stomping on a guy when he's on the floor. That is absolutely a no-no and should be penalized severely. I can understand frustration and you shove someone. Maybe you think they're hurting one of your stars. We weren't there to see it, but we did see stomping of a guy on the floor and a fist in the face. No place for that.
9 seconds left in the game. Xavier was up big, and some words were being exchanged. And there was a shove from a Xavier player at a Cincinnati player, and then the Cincinnati bench emptied. Yancey Gates threw a punch and floored a player for Xavier. And then, as you said, there was also a stomp. Freeze, thank you. And then another Cincinnati player stomped on Freeze, who was prone down on the ground. Kenny Freeze, who was down on the ground after the punch. It was not pretty for either side, but the punch and the stomp are what really resonate with you. Both of those came from Cincinnati.
Must be penalized severely.
Meanwhile, Indiana up by 3.
Playing really good on the defensive side. They've really contained Terrence Jones.
Miller. Offensive foul. Oladipo, who's having a big first half, draws the charge.
Deron Lamb, you should see the frustration on his face. What is going on? We're not running our offense. There it is. Defense steps in. Miller with the charge. One of the premier 6 men in America. He's got to start giving some point production.
Miller his second. Lamb's playing with 2 as well. 2 other Wildcats are on the bench with 2. Zeller inside.
Are you kidding me? He can't handle him inside. A terrific spin move using the left hand. There is no way that Vargas can play him one-on-one in the post. That's an M&M mismatch, man.
It's a 13-2 run for the Hoosiers, and it is bedlam here at Assembly Hall.
Taking advantage of the fact that Davis is on that sideline.
They've got it again.
Zeller. They're going to go to Zeller.
Hulls for 3.
Tom Green's doing a dance. Tom Green's doing a dance.
John Calipari's not doing a dance right now.
No, John a little frustrated that they didn't get out on the perimeter. The player, a big loss when you have Davis on that sideline. It changes the whole look of their defensive set. He alters shots. He makes people psychologically think about, oh, you can't let this kid be that wide open. Wide open. What a job. Now watch this post play in his spin. It splits the defense, utilizes the left hand. He is a special diaper dandy.
The youngest of the 3 brothers, Luke, formerly played at Notre Dame. Tyler starring right now at North Carolina. Cody Zeller, Mr. Basketball in the state of Indiana, a huge recruit for this program to help say to all the great talent that comes out of Indiana, it's okay to go play in Bloomington again. Look at this atmosphere. And look at what the Hoosiers are trying to do here against number 1.
Wow, you're recruiting for Indiana. Unbelievable.
That's what they feel. That's what they feel. And you know it.
I agree with
getting him was huge for this program.
It was big. And you see what they got coming in. Unbelievable.
Got a top 5 class considered coming in next year. Miller, not there. Gilchrist.
He's done a great job, Gilchrist. He's not getting enough help.
Vargas will finally finish it.
Tell you one thing, he has improved.
Yeah.
And I certainly don't want to really, minimize his improvement. But ability-wise, you look at Zeller's in a different league.
Held ball, the arrow will give it to Kentucky.
You spoke about Indiana people coming in. Indianapolis, they have the great kid coming in, Yogi Ferrell. They're excited. Jeremy Hollowell out of Indianapolis. Peter Jerkins, 6'11". A kid Perea. I mean, it's unbelievable. Patterson, they said this is the year, if we survive this year and we keep Mr. Zeller, they're going to be on their way.
There's some of the top recruits headed to Bloomington next year.
Paul Biancardi rates him way up there. Top 5 in America, our ESPN U guy. And Kentucky's got another great group coming in.
Wilcher's into the game. for Kentucky. That's him with the ball. Some foul trouble for the Wildcats. Lamb slithers in and scores.
Playing Lamb with 2, they have no other choice. They got to play him. They need some offense.
8 for Lamb. Wildcats within 4, nearing the final minute of the first half.
John has to really be disappointed with the effort out of Terrence Jones. He's too talented not to rebound.
Oladipo with the reverse. And he stepped out of bounds.
One thing you know for sure, these Kentucky kids aren't going away. And they're always stronger in the second half. John really does a masterful job as you watch Lamb score. You look at their scores over his career. Second half, they come out with a little bit of a chip on their shoulder. We saw in the Kansas game.
Lamb again.
You can score. See that stroke of genius by Calipari? Most guys have him sitting down with the 2 fouls.
Quick 7-0 run for Kentucky.
All keyed by Lamb's scoring ability. You can never, ever relax against a big blue team coached by a John Calipari.
Jones too strong. Rebound to Kid Gilchrist. Kentucky can hold it if they want for the last shot. And it may be go into halftime with a lead after trailing in the last several minutes.
See, I think Indiana helped them out by not taking advantage of the ability of Zeller inside with Davis on the sideline.
Agreed. 10 seconds.
Once you can shoot the ball, he's a skilled player, good touch.
Lamb pulls up. Rebound to Pritchard. Jones. And the first half comes to a close here at Bloomington with a standing ovation here at Assembly Hall for the hometown Hoosiers, who have a 1-point lead on the #1 team of the nation, the Kentucky Wildcats. But it was Kentucky closing the half on a 7-0 run to get it back to 1 after they were down by as many as 8.
You know, when I get a new project, I get excited about it. I'm ready to get in on it. Let's see what's going on, because every little bit more I do is the more I learn about, you know, my line of work. I work for a power plant. I do all the schematics, any kind of drafting, the mechanical prints, civil prints, architectural prints. I've always been more of a construction kind of person. My experience at ITT Tech was great. It's not just book work, it's hands-on, which is exactly the way I learned. Being able to look at mechanical and architecture and civil and know how to read those and build those prints is really nice to be able to go into a field such as mine. So I'm very passionate about the work I do. The most fulfilling aspect about what I do is just being valuable. Where I work now, I feel like I'm actually a part of something and I'm needed.
We are educators helping people build a foundation for the rest of their lives. ITT Technical Institute, education for the future. To find out more, call 1-800-488-3652.
As they aim to cut down the nets in the Big Easy, Big Ten Basketball and Beyond Tournament Edition, presented by 5 Hour Energy, is there every step of the way.
The most exciting time of the year, and I can't wait.
Highlights, in-depth updates and interviews.
Went in advance. I was just in the zone. I was just hitting shots.
And analysis from the guys who know the conference best.
We're seeing something that's really special.
Big Ten Basketball and Beyond Tournament Edition, presented by 5 Hour Energy. Tonight, only on BTN.
Dear Wow, I recently bought an HD TV and needed my cable box updated. I was told a technician would come the next day between 12 and 4. John arrived right at 12. Then after switching my box, he found that the signal needed to be stronger. So he checked all of my hookups and kept me informed until he'd fixed the issue. I commend WOW for having such well-trained and courteous employees. The experience surely made my day. Wow, it's that kind of experience.
Dan's Comp has been serving the Tri-States biking needs since 1986. From the beginner to the advanced, we custom fit each bike we sell based on your needs, style, and budget. Dan's Comp has it all. Road bikes, mountain bikes, BMX bikes, and comfort bikes. And with over 40,000 square feet of inventory, no one has more bikes than Dan's Comp. Specialized, Cannondale, Giant, plus over 20 BMX brands like Kink, Stolen, Fit, and Verde. Dan's Comp is also the Tri-State's largest selection of action sports clothing and accessories from brands like DC, Vans, and Fox. Visit our showroom, look us up online, or like us on Facebook.
What about the first half?
Oh, it was just terrific defense when you talk about Indiana and hanging the game, turning the ball over. I think a very disappointing performance when you look at Terrence Jones. As you look at the numbers here.
You can see how close the games were, Dick, I'm sorry, in the last couple of years. And then Kentucky pulled away in the second half.
Yeah, Kentucky's been really outstanding second half. But making that point about Jones, he had 5 turnovers and 0 rebounds. 0 rebounds. Now, I can understand if I'm coaching him missing shots. People miss shots, but there's no way in the world he should have 0 rebounds with his length and his size.
Verdell Jones makes it a 3-point Indiana lead. 4 Wildcats start the second half with 2 fouls. They're not a deep team. John Calipari kept yo-yoing players in and out of the game. Davis spent a long time on the bench, knocks down the jumper.
Nice, under control, squared his body. I love him. I think Anthony Davis is as special as he gets. And Michael Kidd-Gilchrist gave him a big lift in that first half.
Zeller didn't get a lot of touches, but made the most of them for Indiana.
See, I would make sure you go right at Anthony Davis. Challenge the shot blocker.
Watford with a jump hook.
He can score in a variety of ways. Showed us he can shoot the 3. He can score in the medium range. He posts really well. Tom Crean working that sideline. He is stomping on that sideline. What passion in here this afternoon.
Lamb. Kidd-Gilchrist with the offensive rebound and the finish.
He's a big timer. If I could pick a team that I want to coach, I want him on my team. He's a warrior, man. He's a warrior.
A dozen now for Kidd-Gilchrist. Jones got up in the air. Zeller went looking for a rebound. Jones decided to pass.
Jones had no angle for that pass. You got to have a good angle. He had no angle. I should watch Gilchrist right there. Look at him on the offensive rebound. They average 14 offensive rebounds a game. And as I told the coach today, when you have deflections, block shots, offensive rebound, forced turnovers, means you're playing aggressive basketball.
Kidd-Gilchrist again.
And a lucky break. That was a great play by Kentucky. Great call to get Gilchrist the ball.
Kidd-Gilchrist on Hulls as he was most of the first half. Another IU turnover. Terrence Jones, coast to coast.
They need him. They need him. What a talent he is. I remember they were going nuts on Twitter when he had a blue-white game and scored about 50.
That's right.
And I remember all of us trying to say, come on, calm down, man. That's blue-white.
By the way, Marcus Teague does not start the second half. Darius Miller does for Kentucky. Oladipo got it back and is fouled.
I think that's basically because he wants Teague late in the game. Was wanting to get that third foul. Look at Davis. Look at Davis looking.
Key moment.
We're going to watch coast to coast right here, baby. Look at this guy. This is a big Goliath player handling a rock like a little guard.
Anthony Davis picked up his third.
John Calipari beside himself.
Yep.
He got some good minutes out of Vargas in that first half.
He's going to have to get more good minutes out of Vargas here a lot earlier than he planned in the second half.
Yeah, Vargas has certainly improved, but he should be no match inside for Zeller.
Oladipo really putting pressure on the Kentucky defense. It was a foul, brought the arm down.
As soon as he leaned in with that arm, you got 2 fouls, you got to know better. But that is part of being a young player and learning how to play.
1 of 2 for Oladipo to tie the game at 35. Sheehy in for Oladipo. They call this combination, the sophomores, Sheila-Dipo. Oladipo and Sheehy.
I like that.
2 guys with great energy who don't back down.
You know, last year, as you said, they were up 1 with 9 minutes to go, but it was a different feeling that you get here today.
A steal.
Another turnover by Jones.
Hulls puts the brakes on. Watford for 3.
Great look by Hulls. He's a leader. He's a winner. Mr. Basketball, Indiana, led his team, Bloomington South, to the state championship. They love him. Oh, they love him here, baby. They love their Hoosiers. Look at Hulls. He makes like a quarterback. And Watford finishes it off with the J. The trifecta.
The stars shine during championship season on BTN. The Big Ten's top athletes square off to determine who will achieve ultimate glory and hoist the trophy in triumph. The Big Ten Championships, Gymnastics, only on BTN.
Interact via social media and purchase official IU souvenirs and apparel by visiting the Indiana University Athletics official online store at iuhoosiers.com. Now part of the Big Ten Digital Network.
Step up to the plate for baseball on BTN. The Big Ten's best take the field for incredible matchups all season long. See the pitchers bring the heat.
On him looking, strike three called.
Catch every defensive gem.
Makes a sensational catch.
And witness the top sluggers display their raw power.
That one's long gone.
Big Ten Baseball, tomorrow, only on BTN.
Every year, millions of college football fans across the country unite to support their teams. And now they're coming together for a new cause. Rare diseases affect more than 30 million Americans, and often they are told little can be done to help. Uplifting Athletes inspires these rare disease patients with hope. We work with college football players to benefit the rare disease community. You can join our team by donating to Uplifting Athletes today. Go to our website, upliftingathletes.org. Together, we are stronger.
We are different. Society should aspire to be more like us.
Be part of the first class. Get energized. Get outside.
Hold on, guys. It's gonna get bumpy.
And get moving. Experience the power of physical activity. Join the movement at ActionHeroAlliance.com.
Early second half here in Bloomington. Dan Schulman to Dick Vitale, number 1 Kentucky, down 3 to Indiana with Christian Watford knocking down his second 3 of the game.
Well, he gets the 3 because of the great handoff by Hulse. Hulse did a great job under control, and they're going to watch him right there at the little turnaround jumper in the lane. Look at the handoff by Hulse. Great to play like a quarterback. He made like Andrew Luck. The question is, will Luck have any luck tonight? But at Heisman, I think it's Robert Griffin III.
Only North Carolina has shot better than 40% against Kentucky this year. They shot 42 in their loss. Indiana started down in the 20s, up to 42 right now, leading by 3. Anthony Davis on the bench with 3 fouls for the Wildcats.
And that's one of the reasons. With Davis out of the lineup, it changes the complexion of their defense.
Kid Gilchrist looking for help. Lamb at the point. Teague didn't start, hasn't played yet in the second half. Wiltshire, he can shoot it, decides to go to the basket, and is called for the offensive foul.
He should have squared his body and shot that ball. He's a good shooter. He's a good shooter. He's telling him right there, shoot it. I mean, he was wide open. He is a good shooter. Took the extra bounce, defense rotated over.
Cody Zeller draws the charge.
Zeller's a winner. But right now, if I'm Indiana, you got to get Zeller in touch. You're going to be played by Terrence Jones. Jones has not had a good evening here today. This is not the Terrence Jones that I picked first team All-American. At 0 rebounds in the half and had 5 turnovers. Now he's going to get the chance to play Zeller.
Sheehy gets the bounce.
Sheehy gives him that lift off the bench. Kentucky wants to say, sloppy play right there. That's Uncle Mo, baby. Momentum is here in Bloomington, Indiana. This crowd is appreciating this effort against this outstanding defensive dynamite team in Kentucky.
Lamb stays with Sheehy. Kid Gilchrist still on Hulse. Watford driving on Wiltshire. Yes!
He's really improved, too. Much better under control.
Miller missed it badly. Indiana ball. Sheehy got it!
Better get a TO, baby. The Cats better get a TO. They better get a TO.
What a scene here in Bloomington. The Hoosiers are on a 10-0 run to lead by 10. How are they doing it?
Well, they're doing it now with the 3 ball. They're finally getting some open looks. I think that Kentucky a little bit on the ropes now with Davis out of the lineup and Jones not stepping up. That is not the Terrence Jones that I've been familiar with and a guy that I projected to be a first-team All-American.
Davis back into the game with 3 fouls. Teague, who's from Indianapolis, by the way, was recruited by Indiana, has checked back in as well. Jones inside, no. Kid Gilchrist keeping Kentucky in the game.
Smart move by Teleberry. You can't wait down 10. You got to bring Davis on the floor. And I would go right at him. I would go right at Davis. I'd get Zoe the ball and try to attack him on the interior. They don't get the ball inside enough. They really don't.
Here it is.
I'd get it right to him.
In and out. Davis rips down the rebound. Teague gets it back from Lamb, and now they'll set up.
They're going to need some offense. Teague's got to give him a little point production.
Lamb off balance, and he draws the foul.
Lamb knows how to get to the line. He knows how to score.
Eight-point lead, Indiana. Emotional, intense day here in Bloomington. The Hoosiers trying to pull off an upset of number 1.
This is the computer ICU. It's what happens to your computer when it gets infected, slows down, and crashes. And if you don't do something, your computer could wind up here in the computer graveyard. But it could be saved with mycleanpc.com.
Is your computer running slow? Are you frustrated with error messages, blue screens, computer freezes, and crashes? Then go to mycleanpc.com for your free diagnosis today. Then just activate the mycleanpc.com software to fix it in minutes. And computer specialists are available while you're online.
The best thing about mycleanpc.com was it had a free diagnosis.
My computer is 100% faster.
You know immediately what the problem is, and the problem is solved right then and there.
Download your free diagnosis today at mycleanpc.com.
BTN goes where you want, when you want it, with BTN To Go. Presented by Auto Owners Insurance. Watch live games and BTN original programming, all on your computer, tablet, or smartphone. Plus, on-demand options include greatest games and re-airs of top matchups featuring Big Ten teams. BTN To Go is available at no extra charge to subscribers who receive BTN through their cable, satellite, or participating video providers. To learn more, visit btntogo.com.
Tintin spends his days trying to find adventure.
Look at this. Kid, I'm warning you. Get rid of the boat and get out while you still can. Why has it attracted so much attention?
Adventure finds him.
The model ship conceals a clue.
What else have you found out?
What is there to find? One of the greatest treasures in all history.
Excellent.
I want Tintin!
The Adventures of Tintin.
Show me your burgers, show me your wings, show me a smile when you're bringing our drinks. Show me's when you have an appetite for fun. Show me's my favorite place to dine. Those show me girls are looking so fine. They always show me a really good time. Show me's when you have an appetite for fun. Show me's, show me's, show me's, show.
Ohio State, Ryan, without Jared Sullinger, losing on road test Saturday, their first true road game of the season. This is the first true road game of the season for the Kentucky Wildcats, and they have come into a hornet's nest here at Bloomington, Indiana. John Calipari, tremendously successful, of course, as head coach in Lexington. On the road, though, in his 3+ years there, are only 11-9, and he was on them hard at shoot-around today, saying, hey, guys, you got to understand what you're getting yourselves into now. Remember, a lot of these guys are freshmen. 4 of their top 7 are freshmen. You better understand what's going to be happening when you take the court here tonight.
Well, every time people see that Kentucky jersey, they play at another level. It's like against Duke, Notre Dame in football. People elevate. They really go to another level, and you got to match that intensity and that emotion. I'll tell you a major difference this game and last year. Last year, Kentucky went to the foul line 44 times, and Indiana went 16. It's been a reverse here tonight. You look at Indiana at the free throw line. Kentucky, they only had 1 point on the foul line that they made in the first half versus Indiana's double figures.
Kentucky just 2 for 6 at the line. Indiana's 6 for 8 from the floor here in the second half.
Made a couple of big threes.
Hulls.
He can flat out shoot. Wow. He's a great shooter. He's a problem is creating space for his shot. But if he gets the look, it's going in. It's like a layup.
He is shooting over 50% from three-point range on the season.
It's like a layup. That's why he became Mr. Basketball in Indiana. It was shooting. It certainly wasn't rebounding.
I don't know how anybody can hear a whistle in this place. You're sitting right beside me. I can hardly hear you.
There's Hulls now. Put the ball on the floor. Once he squares his body, he has terrific rotation.
And you know what happened there? And Jones is getting a real talking to from John Calipari. It was Terrence Jones who didn't step up and hedge on that shot, allowing Hulls the open three, and Calipari yanked him right out of the game.
Well, Terrence Jones has been a no-show. It's as simple as can be for an All-American, a no-show.
Teague with the layup.
Nice drive by Teague.
First points of the night.
Pike High School.
And again, a little extra booing when he scored from Indianapolis, recruited by Indiana, decided to go to Kentucky.
January 11, 2009, he got beat by Hulls. Team Bloomington South, 75-60.
Zeller called for the travel. Tonight on ESPN2, more college basketball in primetime. It'll be Miami taking on West Virginia. Coming up shortly at the top of the hour, then at 9 Eastern tonight, Michigan State and Gonzaga, the home court of college hoops on ESPN2, ESPN3, and also streaming live on WatchESPN.com.
And make sure you watch Chris Fowler and all the guys with the Heisman. That's going to be such a close battle.
Teague spinning inside, drives and lays it in. The confidence is back for Teague, and he has instantly become public enemy number one here in Bloomington.
Well, he's in a one-on-one maneuver right now, and he does this really well. A little shake and bake, a spin, whirls in, shows his great ability off the bounds. We saw him in that Kansas game. In the second half, he was a different player.
Yep.
Had no turnovers, 11 points.
5 quick points for Teague. Kentucky back within 5.
I thought in the first half, he was too passive. Trying to just let the game come to him, get everybody involved. And right now, he knows they need points, and he has scorer's ability.
Remember, Anthony Davis playing with 3 fouls. Zeller, and Davis has to let him go.
They've got to get the ball into Zeller. The Big Z is special.
Kid Gilchrist looking for Wilcher. Wilcher has the pass knocked away. It stays with Kentucky.
Wide open shot by Wilcher. Wide open. Get the ball to the Big Z. Here he is inside, number 40. He's going to catch the ball inside. Great head fake. Keeps his pivot foot. Aggressive. He's going to go out for a minute.
Pritchard in.
Special. Yep. Talk about the top 5 diaper dandies in America. His name has to be on that list, especially for what he's done to revitalize this program.
Lamb on the drive and draws the foul. There you go, Dick. Dick had the game ball there for a moment.
Had the game ball, man.
I wasn't so sure you were giving it back. Kentucky wanted a goaltend there. They don't get
close,
the call.
Very close.
Yeah.
Remember, Kentucky, as you said earlier, Dan, you do a great job, buddy. Great working with you.
You too,
right
buddy.
on top of it. You said free throw line has been a disaster for Kentucky today.
Well, look at what Lamb is shooting into. I mean, the atmosphere that he has to face. Among other things, there's a giant cardboard cutout of your face spinning right behind the basket. Look at that.
Look how ugly that face is. Oh, look at my ugly face. Hey, I'll tell you this right now. Kentucky, don't be surprised you see a little spurt now. John Calipari was in their faces like you could not believe. Look at him on the sideline. He's stalking it. They're going to pick it up now defensively. We're going to see what Indiana's made of because they're going to get the best shot now from Kentucky.
Indiana hot in the second half. They've led by as many as 10. It's down to 5 now.
He can't keep Zeller on that floor.
Watford another 3.
How good has he been today? How good has Watford been? He said they're going to make some threes, and they're starting to make them now. The three ball is coming their way. How many that they made?
They're now 5 for 9. Make it 6 for 10, from three-point range.
6 for 10, man. They're shooting 44% for the year. A dummy like me could figure that's 60%.
Watford's got 3 of them. Lamb with a floater. Kid Gilchrist follows it up and finishes again. What a game he's having now, 16 points.
See, that's their strength. Offensively rebounding. Oh, he should have turned.
He didn't know. He was wide open and didn't know it.
He had a layup and did not know it.
Anthony Davis just picked up his 4th foul.
How big is that? How big is that? 6-point game. It's going to be interesting to see how long John waits before he puts him back in the game. He's got to go to Jones.
Fouled on a 3-point attempt.
So you got to know the situation of the game. I've often said players have no idea of time, score, and situation. It's a learning experience. It's his 8th game as a collegiate. So I was telling Rick Bosich, outstanding writer in Louisville, halftime, Davis, they got to take advantage when he's out of the lineup and go to Zeller.
Well, he's going to be out for a while now.
Terry Hutchins in the house here, follows Indiana, talked to him before the game. He said, you're going to like this Indiana team. He's right. I do like them. They're better than what I thought. You agree?
They're better than they were last year. They've added Zeller, guys like Oladipo and Sheehy, another year of experience. They're much deeper than they were a year ago.
Well, you know what I like about them? They're not winning with any gimmick by playing a gimmick. They're playing straight, good, tough basketball and not trying any kind of gimmicks to win. Playing soft on Teague. Teague's got to assert himself a little bit offensively. As Watford, he can rebound as well. How good would they be if they had Creek?
A timeout on the floor. Indiana has extended the lead to 9.
As they aim to cut down the nets in the Big Easy, Big Ten Basketball and Beyond Tournament Edition, presented by 5 Hour Energy, is there every step of the way.
The most exciting time of the year, and I can't wait.
Highlights, in-depth updates, and interviews.
Went in advance. I was just in the zone. I was just hitting shots.
And analysis from the guys who know the conference best.
We're seeing something that's really special.
Big Ten Basketball and Beyond Tournament Edition, presented by 5 Hour Energy. Tonight, only on BTN.
Tuesday, the Big Ten Football Report keeps you up to date on all the offseason news, brings you the latest buzz on the draft, and gives you the first look at what lies ahead in 2012. The Big Ten Football Report, Tuesday at 7:30 Eastern on BTN.
You know, I think the network's always trying to get us to appeal to a younger demographic.
You guys are in this box. We need you to think outside of that.
Yes, don't fight it.
It's going to be amazing.
Amazing.
3, 2, 1.
Tim and Joe back at the ballpark. 2 contending teams with good pitching staffs. At the middle of the order on both clubs. Awfully tough.
I'm not doing this.
Some traditions shouldn't be messed with. Fox Saturday Baseball returns April 7th.
Monday night, Rick Pizzo, Derek Rackley, and Tim Doyle debate all the hot topics and offer a fun take on what everyone's talking about. The Big Ten Pulse. Monday night, only on BTN.
Well, 2 incredible programs, legendary Hall of Fame coaches, phenomenal players, national championships, Final Fours. When you think of college basketball, you think of Kentucky and Indiana pretty quickly. Calvert Cheney, now the director of basketball operations, back here in Bloomington. Indiana leading by 9 over number 1 Kentucky. Anthony Davis on the bench with 4 fouls.
Tell you this, you look about Cheney, he's the all-time leading scorer here in Bloomington. Bob and I used to love him as a player, coming off screens. He's also the leading scorer in the Big Ten. Look at this, I'm feeling the spirit. My shirt, oh, they ruined my shirt.
You got painted on.
I got painted when I went to students. Oh, ruined my good shirt. Hope my wife doesn't get mad at me now. Hope she doesn't divorce me after 40 years.
You can expense that.
I can expense
all
it?
in the line of work. It all came in the line of work, right?
I'm going to send the bill to Norby Williamson.
Again, the students started lining up Tuesday, but it's been cold here, and the school didn't want them to do that, so they handed out vouchers and said to those students, come on back Saturday, you'll have the vouchers, you'll be first in line. Thousands of students lined up early this morning, as early as 6 a.m., to get the best first-come, first-served seats in the student section today.
Kentucky trying to show some patience here. Lamb is like their number 1 option. He's trying to score every possession. I look at the stat line of Terrence Jones and it blows my mind.
Out of bounds to Kentucky.
Look at him playing at that pace. I mean, 23 minutes, 0 rebounds with his size and length, and 6 turnovers. I wonder if something's bothered him physically. If he's ill, nobody told us anything. No. But it's hard for me to fathom him with 0 rebounds.
Davis has only been able to play 17 minutes because of the foul trouble. He's on the bench right now.
And it's also made him play conservatively. He hasn't been able to exert himself.
Miller over Pritchard.
He's a big-time offensive player, loads of experience. How good is he? He was the MVP in the SEC, and here he is coming off the bench.
Jones calling out a play. Driving on Teague. Oladipo, yes!
Oladipo has really stepped his game up from last year with confidence. If you're Tom Crean now, you keep looking and peeking at that clock, and you're hoping the clock keeps running and running. You're dreaming, you're feeling it, believing.
Oh, a tough shot by Miller, a long 2 with a hand in his face.
See, that's what Miller can do, give him great offense. Tom Crean on that sideline. It's coming up to single digits at a time now. Oh, they're holding Zeller inside. They're holding.
Jones now defending Zeller with Davis on the bench.
Give him the ball. Whenever he's got a guy on his backside, you got to give him the ball. And if they give him a double up, he's going to find the open guy.
Oladipo!
Oh, are you serious? America, are you serious?
Teague answers at the other end.
He can really score a team. What about that jam by Sir Victor? He made like a LeBron James, man. What an incredible jam.
Sophomore out of Upper Marlboro, Maryland, having a huge game. Now 13 points. Oladipo off the rim.
Terrific drive by Oladipo. Just didn't get the roll. There's the drive and jam. That's a big-time play, man. That's a big-time jam. That's explosive. Out at DeMatha High School where they produce so many great players.
And a huge ovation as he goes to the bench.
This is me, and this was not the person that I was used to seeing in the mirror. So I decided to do something about it.
I look at that person, I don't even see the same person anymore. It's just night and day.
I guess when you think about it, I didn't like being bald. It wasn't me.
If you're losing your hair, you can now choose to do something about it. Advances in medical science have resulted in the world's first and only permanent solution to hair loss. When it comes to hair restoration, no one in the world has more experience than Bosley. The results look completely natural and are affordable on nearly any budget. To find out more about this clinically proven and permanent solution to hair loss, call now to receive your free information kit. Plus, we'll also send you this $250 gift certificate just for calling.
Look old. I was 26 at this time, and it made me look about 10 years older. I wanted my hair back.
Every day you wait, you're losing more hair. So don't put it off any longer. Choose hair. Choose Bosley.
Call 1-800-497-8107. That's 1-800-497-8107.
Step up to the plate for baseball on BTN. The Big Ten's best take the field for incredible matchups all season long. See the pitchers bring the heat.
Caught him looking, strike 3 call.
Catch every defensive gem.
Makes a sensational catch.
And witness the top sluggers display their raw power.
That one's long gone.
Big Ten Baseball, tomorrow, only on BTN.
Friends think just because we live in Hawaii, we live in paradise.
You really don't have a clue, do you? Dad, Mom was cheating on you.
Are they insane?
The Descendants is an American masterpiece. It's the Golden Globe Award winner for Best Picture of the Year and Best Actor George Clooney.
I'm just trying to keep my head above water.
Don't miss the one movie critics and audiences are raving about. The Descendants. Rated R.
King Hyperion has declared war on all of humanity.
If there is one human who could lead them against Hyperion, it would be Theseus.
Fight for honor! Fight for your future!
I have faith in you, immortals. Prove me right.
Adrian Branch, Kenny Carr, Keith Bogans from Kentucky, Danny Ferry, Lowe and Wittenberg, Jimmy V's guys. James Brown, the great announcer, was a terrific high school player.
Moore, Hull, Sheehy back into the game now for Indiana. They're a deeper team. Sheehy.
Talk about getting the bounce. That could spell upset city when that happens.
Miller with another basket.
You know what I like about Miller? He's really asserting himself. He knows they need an offensive lift. Go to Zeller right now. Why don't they dump the ball inside? It drives me bananas when you got a kid that talented.
You know, Dick, they've made their last 6 3-pointers. They're now 7 for 11 in the game. Sheehy misses the long 2.
We said for them to have a chance to win, they have to make that 3. As Kentucky's so strong inside, blocking shots. Derek Jones got to assert himself a little bit right now. He looks almost lost on the floor.
Lamb fouled hard by Moore.
I never saw Terrence so passive. So passive. We talked about the 3, so important to Indiana. Take a look right here, baby. The 3 ball is flying. And his name is not Alford, it's Sheehy. It's not Cheney.
You get the feeling, getting back to Terrence Jones, that if Davis weren't in foul trouble, Jones wouldn't even be playing right now, but John Calipari really doesn't have a choice.
I'm just worried that something is bothering the kid, because I don't see any kind of energy, any spirit, any fight. He just seems to be a beaten kid out there.
Oladipo's going to return for Sheehy. 4 points, no rebounds for Jones. Really, Kidd, Gilchrist, and Lamb keeping them in this game. They've got 31 points between them.
You know, it's not the 4 points. It's the 0 rebounds. Because that means you're not aggressive. If you're not rebounding, that means you're not playing aggressive basketball. And with his size against this team from Indiana, he should be rebounding the basketball. I mean, I loved his game coming into the season. I picked him first team All-American.
Hall's off to Moore. 8 minutes to go here in Bloomington. The Hoosiers by 6. Watford. Zeller the rebound. Hulls is open.
It's like a layup. It is like a layup. If he has the opportunity to shoot it, did you see Zeller's awareness? Immediately went to a #1 perimeter option, went to Hulls.
They've made 7 consecutive threes.
That'll help you win games. They came back from 7 down with 7 minutes. NC State, it was the 3 ball that helped them.
Teague gets the bounce.
He can really take you to the goal with his bounce. He has to work on his perimeter shot.
Tom Crean told us before the game they're not in this for a moral victory. They believe they will win the game. They believe they can win the game if they play with what he called uncommon effort.
He really did tell us that. He said, I'm not here for no moral victories. We're here to win. This is our floor. We want to win. We think we can win. And I'll tell you, friends, with 7 on the clock, they got a shot.
Oladipo. And the rebound to Jones is first of the game. Indiana's 8-0, best win on the road at North Carolina State, trying to knock off a #1 team for the first time since 2002.
He's just standing. Look at Jones when he doesn't have the ball. He's standing, not active at all. Easiest guy to play is a guy that doesn't have any motion.
Yep. Lamb.
Tell you one thing, Lamb and Miller are asserting themselves. Gilchrist too.
We know you love Big Ten sports. So much.
Who ordered the tall?
That you want to take them with you.
Excuse me? Really?
Now you can. With BTN To Go, it's the Big Ten network on your phone, tablet, or computer. BTN To Go. Take it with you.
The stars shine during championship season on BTN. The Big Ten's top athletes square off to determine who will achieve ultimate glory and hoist the trophy in triumph. The Big Ten Championships, gymnastics, only on BTN.
Interact via social media and purchase official IU souvenirs and apparel by visiting the Indiana University Athletics official online store at iuhoosiers.com. Now part of the Big Ten Digital Network.
Every year, millions of college football fans across the country unite to support their teams. And now they're coming together for a new cause. Rare diseases affect more than 30 million Americans, and often they are told little can be done to help. Uplifting Athletes inspires these rare disease patients with hope. We work with college football players to benefit the rare disease community. You can join our team by donating to Uplifting Athletes today. Go to our website, upliftingathletes.org. Together, we are stronger.
The past, the present, the future, it's all numbers to him. These numbers, they're connections that need to be made. And I'm the one who needs to make those connections for him. I think he sees what you see. And I think he wants me to help you somehow.
He wants you to stop the pain.
I was meant to find you, to help you. Because it matters. It has to.
Touch, the world premiere, this week on Fox.
And what a scene from earlier today with the students outside to prior to the game beginning and then right into the game with Indiana in this game, tooth and nail all afternoon long, and now leading, Dick, because they're not missing from three.
The three ball. They made the last one in the first half and 6 in a row here in the second half for a grand total of 7 in a row. Every time Hull shoots one, if he gets wide open, it's a layup. It's a layup. He's just a born shooter, man. Talking about the typical Indiana kid. Played in the playground, basket in the yard. Tom Crean. Is he working that sideline?
Nobody has put up 49% or anything close to that on Kentucky this year. Nobody.
Well, he's got Davis on the floor. No doubt he's got to play now.
Davis back in, as you said, 6:28 to go. A dejected-looking Terrence Jones is on the bench.
He really looked dejected on the floor.
Yeah, he does.
He looked like something really bothering the kid. He played with no energy, no enthusiasm.
Indiana ball.
Now you don't want to get a little bit too conservative. You start playing that clock, you got to play, take a little time off, but you got good shots, you got to shoot the ball. You got to execute. See, right now you're going to sell it. He's got 4 fouls, Davis. Throw the ball into him. Why did he hesitate? Get the angle, dump it in. Right now, dump it in. That's Jones thinking.
Hulls forces it up. Zeller the rebound.
You say you don't want to give me the ball, I'll just rebound it.
Verdell Jones misses.
What bad shots.
Yeah.
What bad shots. A bad possession by Indiana. I mean, they got a guy with 4 fouls who's going to be hesitant defensively. They got an offensive player in the post, and he doesn't touch the ball.
And Kentucky continues to look out of sync offensively.
He's going to try to take him one-on-one. Nice backdoor cut, though.
And Lamb will lay it in. Lamb now with a game-high 18 points.
I like Lamb. He wants the ball. He wants to play. Same with Gilchrist. Teague, nice pass by Teague, dropping that dime. I'm tired of yelling, throw it to Zeller. I mean, I don't understand that. I really don't.
Sheehy.
Everybody but Zeller touching the ball.
Right, yeah.
4 fouls. 4 fouls. The Big C's got to get the ball, man. Nice backdoor cut. Caught the defensive player staring at the ball. If you're a defensive wing player, you're about a midpoint. Got to see ball, you man.
Sheehy to inbound it for the Hoosiers. Jones with a floater. Indiana's got it back again. Hulls again. Sheehy, another offensive rebound. And Zeller has it taken away by Davis.
They out-hustled it. Kentucky in that sequence.
Teague fouled by Jones. And it got a little physical after the whistle.
I tell you, Indiana really helping Kentucky out here in the last 3 possessions. Not the kind of basketball you'd expect to see out of a Tom Green team. Got to play with the IQ of a basketball player, a high IQ, and know your strengths, weaknesses, know what the opposition has on the floor, and take advantage.
Oladipo for Jones.
Teague has really been playing well here in the second half. Beat his guy off the dribble, made a couple of good passes.
Kentucky creeping back into it, now down only 4.
I respect them so much. When you talk John Calipari's teams, you think you have them on the ropes, and they just keep clawing at you. He's coming at you. From the 7-minute mark to the 4-minute mark, those 3 minutes are going to be 3 minutes that Indiana could say to themselves, wow, what did we do in those possessions if they were to lose this game?
Sheehy pulls up. Kentucky ball. Now, big night tonight on ESPN as somebody is going to win the Heisman. 5 outstanding candidates. You can see it tonight at 8 Eastern on ESPN. Public sentiment seems to be in favor right now of Robert Griffin III.
Tell you one thing, I think he's going to win it. I know one thing, Honey Badger is going to get the big prize.
The Heisman Trophy presentation presented by Nissan.
Honey Badger's a winner. He'll get the national title game.
Kid Gilchrist makes it a 1-point game.
Smart basketball. Go to your strength. Go to a guy that wants the ball, a warrior. The difference right now, the last 3 minutes, has been Kentucky has played smarter than Indiana.
12-3 run right now for the Wildcats. Zeller continues to not get any touches at the offensive end.
And Davis got to love it with 4 fouls.
Yep.
He says, keep it away from him.
Watford, no. Davis the rebound. Kentucky looking for the lead.
What a great gallant comeback by Kentucky. Looked on the ropes. The crowd was electric. Threes were flying. Momentum was on Indiana's side. And Indiana's poor shot selection has helped Kentucky.
Miller, no. Oladipo rises over everyone for the rebound.
He's a high wire out.
Oh, boy.
He's a high wire out.
Timeout, Indiana.
Don't go away. Call your friends up, baby. Call your friends up. This is going to go right down to the wire. #1 in America.
This is the computer ICU. It's what happens to your computer when it gets infected, slows down, and crashes. And if you don't do something, your computer could wind up here in the computer graveyard. But it could be saved with mycleanpc.com.
Is your computer running slow? Are you frustrated with error messages, blue screens, computer freezes, and crashes? Then go to mycleanpc.com for your free diagnosis today. Then just activate the mycleanpc.com software to fix it in minutes. And computer specialists are available while you're online.
The best thing about mycleanpc.com was it had a free diagnosis.
My computer is 100% faster.
You know immediately what the problem is, and the problem is solved right then and there.
Download your free diagnosis today at mycleanpc.com.
as they aim to cut down the nets in the Big Easy. Big Ten Basketball and Beyond Tournament Edition, presented by 5 Hour Energy, is there every step of the way.
The most exciting time of the year, and I can't wait.
Highlights, in-depth updates, and interviews.
Went in advance. I was just in the zone. I was just hitting shots.
And analysis from the guys who know the conference best.
We're seeing something that's really special.
Big Ten Basketball and Beyond Tournament Edition, presented by 5 Hour Energy. Tonight, only on BTN.
You and your team are a machine. But what happens when your team loses their coach? The game falls apart. 1 in 5 African American men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer. Facing cancer alone is like a game without a coach. That's why coaches from over 30 collegiate conferences want you to have a plan. OnTheLine.com. Find the prostate cancer information that lets you stay in the game. OnTheLine.com. Because your health is on the line.
5 national championships, the most recent 1987, 76, 81, and 87, of course, under Bob Knight. Indiana trying to build back to being one of the real pillars of the college basketball, one of the iconic college basketball programs. 8-0 so far on the year, unranked, leading number 1 late. Zeller. Watford sees a lane. What a game he's had.
He's been terrific. Great drive. You know, you mentioned Indiana. They may have had another national title in 75, but got beat by Kentucky when Scott May was out. Had only one loss. They had beaten Kentucky earlier in the year when they had Scott May.
Timeout Kentucky.
McMahon had 2 straight years of being undefeated.
That's right.
Great drive right there by Watford. Watford very strong to the basket. He's had a great game. Triple threat position. You can drive, you can shoot, you can pass. Nobody closed the driving angle. He went right to the goal.
And look, that's Davis back
right
there.
Here, right to the goal.
And Davis hesitant to try to block the shot as the help defender because he's got 4.
He backed away.
Yeah.
Hey, let's look at the general right there. They want him back here badly. This new regime wants him here badly. I've said it once, I'll say it again. I got to get my one time in. This arena building should be the Robert Montgomery Knight building, not Assembly Hall.
A 3. Under 3 minutes to go. Number 1, Kentucky, trying to continue the comeback. And the noise, if possible, gets even louder.
You know, Jones on the sideline still. You got to wonder if something's wrong. I mean, you got an All-American sitting on the sideline late in the game.
Teague.
He's been terrific.
In the second half, he has.
He has been terrific in the second half. He has not been passive like he was in the first half. They can't handle him one-on-one. Comes down to execution now the last 2 minutes of this game.
All 13 of Teague's points here in the second half.
Could be free throw shooting. I mean, Zeller has had no touches here in the second half, basically.
Watford. It will be Kentucky ball when we come back. 2:15 to go for Tom Crean and his program. A huge game trying to knock off undefeated number 1 here in Bloomington.
Monday night, Rick Pizzo, Derek Rackley, and Tim Doyle debate all the hot topics and offer a fun take on what everyone's talking about. The Big Ten Pulse. Monday night, only on BTN.
Tuesday, the Big Ten Football Report keeps you up to date on all the offseason news, brings you the latest buzz on the draft, and gives you the first look at what lies ahead in 2012. The Big Ten Football Report, Tuesday at 7:30 Eastern on BTN.
We are different. Society should aspire to be more like us.
Be part of the first class. Get energized. Get outside.
Hold on, guys. It's gonna get bumpy.
And get moving. Experience the power of physical activity. Join the movement at ActionHeroAlliance.com.
I love being part of a program steeped in tradition. The Hoosiers own 7 national championships in men's soccer. My dad was part of the first 2 national championships here at Indiana under legendary coach Jerry Yeagley. Now, with his son Todd as my head coach, This is our opportunity as the next generation to build on the winning tradition that our fathers started almost 30 years ago.
Step up to the plate for baseball on BTN. The Big Ten's best take the field for incredible matchups all season long. See the pitchers bring the heat.
Caught him looking, strike 3 called.
Catch every defensive gem.
Makes a sensational catch.
And witness the top sluggers display their raw power.
That one's long gone.
Big Ten Baseball, tomorrow, only on BTN.
You can say that again, Ryan. It has been outstanding. 2 programs with such great tradition, a combined 12 NCAA titles. Kentucky #1 and unbeaten this year. Indiana unbeaten, looking for a huge win. They have beaten Butler. They have won on the road at North Carolina State. Can they hang on for 2 minutes and 15 seconds and knock off #1?
Tell you one thing, John Calipari has to be happy with the kids that battle back, but he's not happy with Terrence Jones, who got beat by Watford on that play to the goal.
And he took him out, and he's still got him on the bench.
Right on the bench in the last 2 minutes of the game. An All-American sitting on the bench. That is strange. Watch this kid with the ball. He's been unstoppable on one-on-one moves. Gotta watch the offensive rebound with Gilchrist.
Miller. No call, and Kentucky has the lead.
A great setup in that timeout. Goes to a little 1-4 set. Opens up the floor for the driving ability of Mr. Miller.
First lead for Kentucky since it was 35-34.
Big possession right here for Indiana.
Watford, no basket. No basket. You can't hear the whistle, but there was a foul before the shot on Darius Miller.
The one area of their game they got to improve on, Indiana, is how to enter the ball to the post. There's the look they want to charge. They said no, a little faking job in their mind.
Kentucky not yet at the limit. They've only committed to 4 fouls here this half, so a non-shooting foul.
He rotated right now. Kid Gilchrist back on Hulls. Take away that look at that 3. Look at, I mean, he's sitting wide open. So he'll play him right now.
Zeller the kick to Hulls. Still plenty of time.
See, Zeller's got to take the ball right at him when he gets it inside.
Oladipo. The shot is blocked. Kid Gilchrist has it, but a travel is called as he fell to the court, and the Hoosiers will get the ball back.
Davis did a great job rotating over. Good timing with 4 fouls and blocked that shot. My friends, this is what you dream of. 2 great programs come to the last minute. A 1-point differential. #1 battles back, shows why they're #1. John Calipari's kids will never, ever quit. He won't allow it, my friend.
And we've seen that in the second half from a guy like Marcus Teague, who struggled so much in the first half, not shooting the ball well, but a different story here in the second half.
Yeah, he's been a different player. He is driving, his driving ability. There he is right now, a little shake and bake, spinning lane, little floater. Now you just take your one-on-one. Can't play him one-on-one. He's too quick for Hulls.
From Indianapolis, back here closer to home. What a second half he's had. Let's talk about Indiana's offense. For people who may not have been with us, you've been talking about it. Anthony Davis has been in foul trouble all day long. Are they not looking to Zeller enough? Is he not doing enough to demand the ball? What do you see?
Well, he's got to do a little more demanding, but he was in post position on a number of occasions. I told you earlier, that one spurt from the 7-minute to the 4-minute mark, they hurt themselves big in those possessions when they had the double-figure lead. Now let's see. Wide open. Zeller was wide open there. See, right now, Davis is going to challenge him on a shot. They want to get Watford a little one-on-one. That's a big-time move. That's a pro move. A little spin, use the left hand. Here we go, Dan, going down the wire. Some coach is going to leave happy, and the other one's going to take a lot of mail-outs. Trying to get an isolation fatigue.
And he lays it in to put Kentucky back on top.
Smart basketball, a little isolation, one-on-one move. Take it to him.
Final minute of regulation. Indiana with the ball down 1.
Kentucky going to get the ball back.
Watford's been the man. Not this time. Kentucky rebound.
It's a tough shot right there.
They got a foul.
Got a foul right away.
Foul.
Good
and
man to foul.
Davis.
Good man to foul.
Yep.
Take a look at Watford, a little one-on-one. He's going to spin to the left, spots the open lane, lays it with the left hand. A little one-on-one maneuver. On the other side, Teague with a little isolation. They clear out the side for him. One-on-one, he scores.
Davis 54% on the season. 1-1.
They're going to get their shot. They're going to get their shot.
Tom Green wants a timeout.
Timeout.
Wow.
And you want to shoot the ball with a chance to get the offensive rebound.
This is me, and this was not the person that I was used to seeing in the mirror. I decided to do something about it.
I look at that person, I don't even see the same person anymore. It's just night and day.
I guess when you think about it, I didn't like being bald. So it wasn't me.
If you're losing your hair, you can now choose to do something about it. Advances in medical science have resulted in the world's first and only permanent solution to hair loss. When it comes to hair restoration, no one in the world has more experience than Bosley. The results look completely natural and are affordable on nearly any budget. To find out more about this clinically proven and permanent solution to hair loss, call now to receive your free information kit. Plus, we'll also send you this $250 gift certificate just for calling.
Look old. I was 26 at this time, and it made me look about 10 years older. I wanted my hair back.
Every day you wait, you're losing more hair. So don't put it off any longer. Choose hair. Choose Bosley.
Call 1-800-497-8107. That's 1-800-497-8107.
BTN goes where you want, when you want it, with BTN To Go. Presented by Auto Owners Insurance. Watch live games and BTN original programming, all on your computer, tablet, or smartphone. Plus, on-demand options include greatest games and re-airs of top matchups featuring Big Ten teams. BTN To Go is available at no extra charge to subscribers who receive BTN through their cable, satellite, or participating video providers. To learn more, visit btntogo.com.
You know, I think the network's always trying to get us to appeal to a younger demographic.
You guys are in this box. We need you to think outside of that.
Yes, don't fight it.
It's going to be amazing.
Amazing.
3, 2, 1.
Tim and Joe back at the ballpark. Two contending teams with good pitching staffs. But the middle of the order on both clubs. Awfully tough.
I'm not doing this.
Some traditions shouldn't be messed with. Fox Saturday Baseball returns April 7th.
It's been everything we anticipated.
It's been more. Everything and more.
It's been more. It's been stealing money, baby. Stealing money, partner.
All right, now Tom Crean's feeling a little bit differently. I mean, we've enjoyed the heck out of this game. He wants the W. What do they have to do to get a good shot off?
Well,
here?
you know, right now, I think it's going to be Watford, and then have Zeller go to the offensive boards, because so far, Zeller has not demanded the ball as much as he should, and they haven't looked in. And then you got to worry, if they give a little help inside, that Hulse can shoot that three.
Right. Oladipo so athletic.
It's the offensive rebound. Yeah. If you're Kentucky now, you got to worry about the offensive rebound. Victor Oladipo can get up on the glass. Zeller can. I think Watford will be their guy.
They've got a timeout if they need it. Zeller. Oladipo. Lost it.
Turnover. Don't get a shot. Oh, how frustrating that's got to be.
Now 2 shots coming. That's the 10th foul. 2 shots coming for Kentucky.
How frustrating. A little handoff, and then they wanted to go a little roll. I think his plan was to get the ball back, possibly, to Zeller.
Now, even if Lamb
makes 2, you got a shot.
You got a shot with a 3. Lamb today, 6 for 9 from the line, 89% coming into the game.
Yeah, it's a nightmare for Indiana fans seeing him on a free throw line. Oh, he comes up short. Remember, the clock doesn't start until someone touches the ball on the floor.
Tom Crean is going to use his last timeout. Lamb has missed 4 free throws. We talked about the environment that they're shooting into down there, the atmosphere. No matter how good you are, it has to affect you. Lamb, 89% on the season, 6 for 10 here today. Now, the reason Indiana's still in this game is because when they've executed well and gotten good shots, they've knocked them down, especially from beyond the arc.
Well, they went through one spurt there in the second half, made 6 in a row. They were on fire. And then Kentucky locked up the 3, and they never looked inside, ever, to Zeller. He got no touches, especially in the time frame when Davis had those 4 fouls.
So Indiana will, if they can get the rebound on a miss, they'll have it back down 1. If it's a make, they'll have it back down 2. They've got 5.6 seconds. No timeouts, but 5.6 seconds is a lot of time to get down and get a pretty good look.
You got to get a good look right now. The guy from distance would be Hulls, but you better believe in that timeout. John Calipari is reminding him about finding Hulls and getting in his face.
More college hoop action tonight over on ESPN2. Miami and West Virginia are underway in Morgantown. Later on tonight, Michigan State and Gonzaga. The home court of college hoops on ESPN2, ESPN3, and the Watch ESPN app tonight. One more free throw for Deron Lamb. And it's prayer time.
I'll tell you what,
here in Bloomington.
You can't sing the praises of Calipari as a coach enough for what he did when his kids were on the ropes in their faces to get them to assert themselves and then put the ball in Teague's hands, have a little isolation for him.
2-point lead, no timeouts for Indiana. Jones. Watford for the win! Yes! Finish, an unbelievable scene here in Bloomington, Indiana. With time expiring, Jones hits Watford, who made yet another 3, finishing with 20 points. Christian Watford with the game winner as Indiana knocks off number 1 Kentucky.
Hey, Dad, are we safe?
I don't know if we're safe.
I'm nervous. They're coming up our back. Oh, this is a win that will give them an incredible momentum for the program. I'm really worried here, Dan, the way they're coming out. Scary where we are. You're young.
Look at Tom Crean.
Oh,
he aged 10 years here today, but he won the game.
He said, I designed it. I designed it. What an amazing afternoon. 2 schools with proud traditions. There's the look. Watford, who's been big for them all day. Splash. Splash.
You know what John Calipari was saying? Why didn't you foul? They were under the limit. A non-shooting foul. Yeah. If he fouled before the shot, wouldn't have gone free throws. They didn't execute the way he wanted to on defense. And it is bedlam here in Bloomington. Absolutely unforgettable.
First win over a number 1 ranked team since they beat Duke. I'm telling you, man, these Peps are doing a great job protecting us here.
We are trying to get Tom Crean over to do an interview. If we can. It is a scene beyond description here in Bloomington. How was that?
Did we win? Oh, my goodness. We tried to give it back to him. Come on, Dick, you wear it. Come on, Dick. There we go. We tried to give it back to him with quick shooting, but we just found a way. Our coaches were unbelievable. Our team, there was never a time in one of those timeouts where these guys did not believe they were going to win. And then it's a tribute to them. It's a tribute to the coaches, the staff. But look at this. Have you been in a better atmosphere this year? They will remember this for the rest of their lives.
Well, you told us upstairs, I want no moral victories.
No.
And it almost looked like it was heading that way.
Well, we were giving it to them,
You
Dick.
didn't get the ball inside the cellar at all.
Well,
Davis with 4 fouls.
Well, we did, but we wanted to, but we took too quick a shots. We got up, and what happens to a young team that has not tasted success is I think they thought they were going to win it themselves. And for Verdell to have a look, to kick that back on a broken play at the end, that's a senior. And we needed Verdell, I said to him in the last 3.5 minutes, go be a senior leader. And that's he calmed us down. That's exactly what he did. And Christian came back in the second half, and it was phenomenal.
What does this mean for your program, Thomas? Your 4th year, you've been trying to elevate it. You can talk all you want, recruit all you want, but isn't this magic?
Look at it. It's elevated. We want to be a team that contends. We want to believe that we're really doing the right stuff. As coaches, we've beat number ones. We've been in big games. We don't need to have a validation as a coach what winning means, but these kids sure do. And I love these players and this fan group. This is unbelievable.
And we're going to see them next week.
We're going to see you next week against Notre Dame.
I hope we bring 17,000 of our closest friends next week.
Congratulations, Tom.
Thank you, guys. Thanks. Hey, don't underestimate the fact that you're here, how big this is.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
What a thrill it was to do a game like this. What a scene. What an unbelievable scene. This is crazy. The court has been stormed. Nobody has left. A broken play. Verdell Jones hits Christian Watford, who gets the 3 off just before the buzzer. And the Indiana Hoosiers defeat number 1 Kentucky, their first win over a top-ranked team since 2002 in a game and a scene that you and I will never forget.
You and I talked about how Kentucky wasn't into the foul situation. That's what John was talking about. Well, what a great moment for Indiana basketball.